Mm-hmm. Good morning, everybody. Good morning, everybody, and welcome to AIM Impact on Your Health. AIM Impact on Your Health, where every day our goal is to have you learn at least one thing to help you live better and longer. AIM Impact on Your Health is heard each and every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday from 8 to 9 o'clock. I'm Dr. Dennis Courtney, and I'm with you each and every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday from 8 to 9. AIM Impact on Your Health, where each day you'll find current medical news, knowledgeable guests, fascinating health topics, and of course, where we do encourage you to call in to join in. Today, well, folks, we have turned the page. February 2. It was Groundhog Day today, and you did see a shadow. There's 6 more weeks of winter coming, but you're from Pittsburgh. You should know better than that by now. Today, we're going to be with our special first Monday guest. Each and every first Monday of the month, we have Susie Weiss coming on board with us to talk to us a bit about an aspect of essential oils. And representing a company known as Young Living, the most sophisticated company on the planet when it comes to the manufacture and distillation of those oils. Anyway, first weeks are always important around here because not only does Susie come with us on Monday to spend some time with you on the air, she will be in my office on Thursday to spend some time with you if you would like to learn more about essential oils in general and Young Living in specific. So keep that in mind. If you'd like to be a part of the Thursday morning conference, 10 o'clock, with Susie Weiss, taking you through the steps on how Young Living and essential oils can benefit you for your health issues, then give us a call here at the office at 724-942-3002. That's 724-942-3002, and we'll reserve a seat for you. Susie Weiss, our guest today, and we'll be right with her right after that first break. Then on Wednesday, Dr. Vavavoom herself, Dr. Susan Smith-Jones, will be our guest. It's Valentine's month, and this woman never lets that go by. Without a special theme, I'm sure our discussion on Wednesday will have a lot to do about it. On Friday, we'll have a brush report. We're going to introduce you to a young lady who really has, she's captivated the southern portion of Allegheny County, and in particular, Mon City, Monongahela. Her name is Tanya Cheney. She's going to be with us on Friday to talk about her spa, as well as it's the new place to get Beresha, folks. There'll be a tasting there, and we'll let her announce that when she's with us on Friday. So if you're in the vicinity of the Charleroi, Mon City area, you will want to pay attention because you have a Beresha supplier in your backyard. Now, also this month, of course, as in every month, we have a 3-day eye treatment program coming up. That'll be on the 16th, 17th, and 18th. There's plenty of time if you'd like to be involved to get your records in so that we can get them off to Dr. Ed Condrat. He's involved with every single eye patient that we treat within the 3-day program, and get you ready to be able to start on the 16th. Now, this is a unique, non-invasive, non-drug, non-injection, non-everything except a la natural approaches to the treatment of disease, in particular microcurrent. A little bit about microcurrent in just a moment, too. Anyway, if you think you either know you're interested or you'd like to learn more about it, give us a call here at the office, 724-942-3002. You want to talk to Sister Sarah and get the straight and skinny on the 3-day treatment program held in February on 16, 17, and 18. Now, I mentioned FSM deserved a little special note today. We just had a wonderful weekend experience with Shannon Gosen, who came up from Jacksonville, Florida, and spent a day on Friday working through some of my most complex patients here in the office, but then uniquely and sort of impromptu put together a program on Saturday morning, opened it up to the public, and you responded, public, because you packed my office. I don't think I got another person in the place, and Shannon beguiled us for about 3 hours. You didn't move. You were just glued to your seats because of the fascinating presentation. So, first of all, my hat's off to you. I salute those of you that came out that morning, but it was certainly your gain, and those who didn't come, your loss, because of the information on microcurrent stimulation and how that can get things turned around in so many different areas. Now, after our segment with Susie today, just before we sign off, I'm going to give you some information about the up and coming. Now, get a load of this. There is a conference. We solidified it over Saturday evening in terms of training two kinds of individuals. One, laypersons who just want to be able to take care of themselves with the device. And then there are others who actually are practitioners, various chiropractors, physical therapists, the list goes on, who want to be trained to another level. We're going to be having a conference in April. I'll give you the dates. I'll give you as much information as I know about it. It's relatively new. We just set this on Saturday. But FSM, this is going to become a hub, folks. You only expect it from this office and this practitioner. But we're so happy to have Shannon, who is the right person to guide us through these troubled waters in the initial days to have us emerge on the other side. Anyway, Shannon Gosen, who should be our guest on the 16th of this month, where I'll let her talk to you about the various things that she's got planned for us, too. She's back in Jacksonville, and she'll be coming up in April, as I said. This, of course, is also your Lyme's disease treatment headquarters and the home of AZT, that's anti-zone therapy. We literally invented it, folks, so that we could wipe out and eradicate this Lyme's disease. So if you do suffer from it or know someone who does, and want to get more information on how the treatment program here, the AZT program, can work for you, once again, give us a call at 724-942-3002 so we can get you in here to get a consult and get your treatment started. This Lyme's disease thing, it looks as though as difficult as a disease had been in the past to be able to correct. It appears as though with the new approaches, this thing can be moved out of your life in relatively quick fashion. So give us a call once again, 724-942-3002. Now, I'll be giving you more information as new guests are scheduled in the month of February. We got some great ones on the back burner that I'll be able to announce, I hope, soon. But February, we're full up. You'll see it. And the themes that you've come to know and love will, of course, be the main topics throughout the month. But we'll always have a unique one comes by, and never even having an inkling about who it may be that we get a chance to speak with this month. But all sorts of great possibilities loom. Just keep following with us, and we'll see you on Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays from 8 to 9. Okay, let's do this. We're going to take a short break. In the interim, we're going to go with a good friend, Susie Weiss, the representative from Young Living, who knows everything about essential oils and is willing to teach it to you. Well, we'll find out how you can take her up on that with that Thursday morning free seminar here. We'll be right back in a moment with Susie. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back once again to AM Impact on Your Health. Heard here in KHB 620 each and every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday from 8 to 9. I'm Dr. Dennis Courtney with you today, and the Monday morning version of the show, yes, we've turned the page. It's the beginning of February. First Mondays are very special around here because we have an opportunity to talk to a very special young lady. She is really a go-to person when it comes to things involving essential oil, and particularly representing a company that does it better than anybody else. That company is called Young Living. Each and every first Monday, she's here with us on the radio, and every first Thursday, she's here with you in my office. We're talking to those of you out there that might like to be a part of this particular month's free seminar in my office. But let's get with Susie right now. Let's say good morning. Welcome aboard once again, Susie. It's first Monday, and really wonderful to have you back.
Good morning. Good morning, everybody. I'm so glad it's February because it means it's that much closer to spring.
Yeah, I guess we found out this morning that 6 more weeks of winter. Did you hear?
Yes.
The groundhog thing.
Count it down.
Yeah, I know. Anyway, first Mondays, because you come on the airways, allowing us to maybe reach a new group of people or have titillated the older group of people so much they just want to do something about it. But essential oils turn out to be a wonderful way to take charge of your own health issues in a way, well, it's so unique. So give us your best resume or resume capsule version of the use of essential oils, and in particular the use of a company that makes them called Young Living.
Well, for those listeners who may not be familiar with essential oils, I've been using them for over 4 years. Just my own experience, I haven't taken even an aspirin in over 5 years now, and I haven't needed to because the oils have been so effective for me, and just using them to support my body so that my body is able to fight off, whatever, and also to rebalance itself. So I've lost, and I know we've talked about this before, but, I've lost 45 pounds. I've done, my hormones are rebalanced. My numbers are coming out great. I no longer have digestive issues. I have a lot of energy. I'm just more a part of life and more focused on purpose and passion. And I see this happening for people all the time. And as I became more involved with Young Living and the company Essential, Young Living with their essential oils, I've also found that they're very committed to education and to helping people understand their bodies better. So that's really sort of the passion I've picked up and am kind of running with as well. So, whether we're offering classes in your office, whether we're having weekly meetings, in Pittsburgh, whether we're having conferences a couple times a year, we're really all about helping bring education and understanding to people so they better understand their body and then understand that there are natural things that can be used to help support the body, and essential oils is one absolutely fabulous way to do that. And Gary Young, the founder of Young Living, found from his own experience with an accident that left him in a wheelchair that natural remedies really do work. When the medical community had left him basically for paralyzed for 3/4 of his body, he dreamed of a day of walking, and then he began using natural means to bring that about. And when he discovered essential oils after he had already started walking, but was still in a lot of pain, that's when his health really took a turn for the better. And now he's so active. He travels all over the world. He hikes through the Amazon jungles. He's dune buggying through the deserts. He's just a high adventure. He jousts semi-professionally, and so, just to watch this person who has obviously regained his health in spades from what he has learned, and then he's sharing this with the world, is just really exciting. So he brings a company that is very committed to health and wellness and making sure that we have products that are completely pure and that are absorbable by the body, not just prepared in a way that looks good on paper or, in the laboratory, but that really is making a difference in the body and getting into the cells of the body.
Well, You, being the local representative and the embodiment of Young Living in our neck of the woods, you're a pretty busy gal, and you make it around our area, tri-state area, with regularity. You have meetings you hold everywhere, and I understand you've been really active with some local meetings that you probably want to report to us. How are things going on? You've been on the show, well, a year and a half at least, and a
year. Can you believe it?
How long? How long has it been?
Just since last January.
Okay, so I mean, all right, so 1 year plus, and but a lot of folks have heard your message, and they've come out to meet you in various venues, and they're really active with Young Living now. So why don't you tell us the status report of Young Living as it is today compared to where it was when we first started?
Wow. So that's, yeah. I mean, I would say the Pittsburgh area is really embracing natural healing. And just to clarify, I'm actually just a member of Young Living, just as all of these others are members as well. So anyone can become a member of Young Living. I know, Dr. Courtney, you know, you're a member. And some of the members pretty much just use the oils for themselves and their families, although I always encourage them not to be selfish, but to share with others what's working, because so many people need to know that they have options. I just happen to be maybe a little more passionate about it than some, and very committed to sharing it wherever I go. So we've started having regular meetings. Actually, and this came about since I've been on the radio. In the Pittsburgh area, we meet at the Market District in Settlers Ridge every Thursday night. And last week we had over 20 people there. It's growing all the time. We had a number of guests join us, and the topic was inflammation and pain. And it was a really great discussion because many people contributed to it and shared what they have been using, what they've tried, and what has really worked for them. And it's exciting to see someone basically rubbing an oil, you know, on location for a pain or an inflammation that's been present in their body for a long time, and getting basically results within minutes. And, you know, hearing people taking some of the supplements from Young Living that have essential oils added to help with delivery and absorption by the cells. And again, experiencing, you know, both, I mean, my parents are a great example, my mom especially, but another woman at the meeting, her mother, has been using some of the supplements, and the doctors, she had been in the hospital for basically a minor issue. And when she went home health care, you know, came to visit her on multiple occasions, and they kept asking her where she had pain. And she kept saying, I don't have any pain. And they kept saying, well, no, where is your pain? And it was funny because she finally called her daughter and said, they don't believe me that I don't have any pain. So, you know, the supplements have really been a blessing to her in her 80s. And she, you know, her arthritic pain and some of the other, you know, inflammation that she's had basically has been greatly improved. So, you know, it's just exciting to be able to give people hope, give them options. And these meetings are a great way to do that. So next Thursday, we'll be talking about heart health. Again, it's the #1 killer in the United States. It's always good to know how can you support your heart so that you're not one of the statistics. And hopefully even, you know, those who feel like they have a family history can really bring about great results in, you know, again, in supporting their heart and not having to give in to that statistic. Then in February 12th, we'll actually be talking about enhancing the romance. So we're really talking a lot about how the oils can work with skincare, anti-aging, getting rid of wrinkles, also enhancing mood, and how some of the oils can be used as perfume in creating just a romantic atmosphere, and then some of the oils that can actually help increase libido. So a great topic before Valentine's Day.
Sure.
And then we'll be doing a kids class, keeping kids healthy, a healing of the trauma class. So we've got lots of great classes, and people can see these classes on my website, younglivingwithsusie.com. They can hear more about them and receive a flyer if they come to your office this Thursday. We always have those to hand out so people can see what's happening next. And then lastly, I'll just mention that we will be having a conference, which is an all-day event on March 14th. And again, we're very excited that we have Shannon Hudson, who is a diamond leader from Michigan with Young Living, has been with the company for 7 or 8 years now, and has some incredible stories that she can share. But also, she's going to be talking about basically hormone health for men and women. And she will touch on just about every hormonal issue that you can imagine. And she'll be talking about thyroid. She'll be talking about, issues dealing with fertility. She'll be talking about men's and women's hormones, whether it's, testosterone, progesterone, estrogen, kind of the facts about all of this. She'll talk about cholesterol, how that relates to hormones, the pituitary gland and human growth hormone. I mean, just all of the different endocrine glands, how they work together, how you can support each one, how they're designed to function, when they're not functioning, what would be the symptoms. So again, people just can be empowered to know more about their body and know more about what they can do to help encourage their own body to improve. And again, bring about better results and a more vibrant life.
Did you say Shannon's coming to town?
She is.
When? So that our listeners have to...
March 14th.
What's the date?
March 14th.
March 14th.
It's a Saturday, and it will be at the Embassy Suites in Coraopolis.
Oh, you love going back to that venue, huh?
No, it's great, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
We have the same room we had last time, so that'll be really fun. And again, vendors are welcome, so if somebody has something they want to share, or Dr. Courtney, we'd love to have you come again because people really enjoyed talking with you. She's going to have vendor tables. She's sort of in charge of this event. I'm actually just helping with some of the logistics, and I'll be giving one of the talks. But she'll be pretty much doing the day, herself. And again, she's a great leader. She's got lots of enthusiasm, lots to share. And I think people will go away with a notebook full of ideas, information, and encouragement.
Well, I've been to those events out there. They turn out to be a wonderful experience for all those who attend. And with this much advance notice, hopefully we can fill the room. Last time you filled it, and I know that everybody was excited. I had an opportunity to speak from the group, and I saw really just a look of, oh my goodness, thank you for helping me. Everybody seemed to think that Young Living benefited them. The ones that gave testimonials, now I guess a whole new group of people are involved. It's time for them to give their own testimonials, and I'm sure you'll provide the opportunity for it. March 14th it is at the Embassy Suites. I'll keep on announcing it for you. If somebody already knows they want to become involved with that, how do they do it?
They could do one of two things. They could call me, 740-632-5159. And again, we'll give that out again later, but 740-632-5159. Or, and again, I know sometimes people aren't always ready with a pencil or pen, so we can announce this again at the end. But they could go to Shannon's website, which is www.shannonhudsonyl.com. So that's SHANNON for Shannon, Hudson, HUDSON, and then YL for YoungLiving.com. And she will have, she has an events page there. She's actually just getting that posted. So if they don't see it, give it a day or two. She should be putting it up any minute. And there'll be a registration link that people can fill out there. So again, they can either call me and register, and we can arrange payment to be either mailed to me, or they can actually register online with Shannon.
All right. Now, you mentioned that last week you all met out there at Settlers Ridge, and that you had a discussion on inflammation. I guess it was, yeah, inflammation. And so maybe can you share a little bit of what must have got unleashed out there as earth-shattering information to the group, but those who weren't able to be in attendance, what could you tell them about inflammation and the vastness of that topic? Because inflammation is probably one of the common links to every doggone disease I know of. And helping to put out that fire in whatever way you can do it is of a health benefit to us all, especially when that benefit can come without the side effects of pharmaceuticals, because that would probably be the wrong way to put out inflammation. But could you take it just for a moment and enlighten our listeners today how inflammation can be eradicated through the use of essential oils?
I will. Yes. And actually, one of the things that I will share is that I'm actually going to be quoting from a book called Essential Oils Desk Reference. It's by a company called Life Science Publishing. And it is a great book that can give you a lot of information. Because it's a third-party resource, it can say things that Young Living is not allowed to publish on their website, and even that I'm not really able to state myself, but I can read some of this from this book, and it's, again, a third-party reference. So one of the oils that we talked about a number of just oils that seem to have natural anti-inflammatory properties. And when they're researched and they're studied, again, they've been used sometimes for centuries by different groups of people. So one particular oil I'd like to mention is called copaiba. It's C-O-P-A-I-B-A, also known sometimes as copal, C-O-P-A-L. And it's an oil that's actually exclusive to Young Living because Gary found it and found out about it when he was hiking through the Ecuadorian jungles. And the people there were talking about this particular plant. And again, that they have used it for centuries. Basically, they've used the resin, and I'm just going to quote here, for all types of pain and inflammatory disorders, both internal, things like stomach ulcers and cancer, and external, skin disorders and insect bites. In Peruvian traditional medicine, 3 or 4 drops of the resin are mixed with a spoonful of honey and taken as a natural sore throat remedy. So this is just, it's been used in Peruvian and Brazilian herbal medicine systems as an anti-inflammatory and antiseptic for the urinary tract and in the treatment of urinary tract problems, stomach ulcers, and then they go on and on. So this, again, the properties, again, according to this book, the medical properties are anti-inflammatory, powerful, mucolytic, anti-ulcer, and antiseptic. And again, according to the Essential Oil Desk Reference, its uses are for pain relief, it's strong anti-inflammatory, arthritis, rheumatism, skin disorders, insect bites, stomach distress, urinary disorders, and sore throat. So you have one oil that has been used traditionally by people in South America for many, many, different things. And we found, like at our meeting, that people had just some incredible stories that they shared about how they would use this, just taking a couple drops out of the bottle, rubbing it on a location, and getting, very quick relief from, whatever it might be. And so things related to what we just discussed here.
Well, that oil is really of interest to me. I'd like to hear you spell it or describe it. What's the name of the product that Young Living has?
It's actually an oil called copaiba. So it's C-O-P-A-I-B as in boy, A. Copaiba. And again, Young Living is the only company to actually distill this oil. So
one of a kind.
He makes it available, which I think is great. And again, it's because he's actually taken the time to travel, and I say he, meaning Gary Young, to travel all over the world and to discover the oldest people all over the planet. And as he was going from place to place, he would find out, what do they eat? What do they use? What types of medicines have they traditionally used in their culture? What plants, important to them? And then they would take samples and they would study it. And now Young Living actually has a huge farm down in Ecuador. And copal or copaiba is one of the things that they grow and then distill. So again, wanting to make this available to people around the world. An oil that's a little closer to home would be Idaho balsam fir. And I know there's one of your patients that's very fond of this oil because she had some significant pain for years and years. And just wasn't able to get rid of it. And when she actually started to, she got a hold of the Idaho balsam fir, and within 3 days, something that she'd been struggling with for quite some time was gone. So again, it's just exciting to see people's lives being changed, and to see them experiencing relief. And just to, again, kind of give some information from this essential oil death reference. Historically, of course, this is a fir tree that is commonly used as a Christmas tree today. It has been prized through the ages for its medicinal effects and ability to heal respiratory conditions and muscular and rheumatic pain. Its medical properties, again, according to the essential oil death reference, is it's an anticoagulant and anti-inflammatory. So again, another oil that could be used both for, lung support and for muscle support, or other types of inflammatory conditions. Young Living has some blends that they put together that are designed, again, to really help with, again, I'm allowed to say minor muscle aches and pains. And those would be oil blends called Aromasies. So Aromasiez, Aromasies, Panaway, Panaway, and then another called Deep Relief. And all three of those, again, are different combinations, but a lot of them, like Panaway, is a combination of peppermint, wintergreen, clove, and helichrysum. And peppermint and wintergreen are both known to support, again, anti-inflammatory ways that the body works. And also the helichrysum is very helpful with blood flow and helps reduce scarring. And then clove has been used for centuries or years for dental issues as a natural analgesic to actually numb the gums when dentists would work and do, dental work. So that actually helps in the blend in that way as well. So again, just some great options. And then the other products specifically that we talked about that are more supplemental, the one is sulfurzyme. And again, this one has just been fabulous for so many people. Sulfurzyme is basically an organic natural sulfur. So it is not the same thing as sulfides, sulfates. It's the natural MSM, which is a natural sulfur. There's a book that was written by a Dr. Lawrence called The Miracle of MSM. People can read all about its benefits. It has many, many, many uses in the body, and it should be the third most common mineral in our system, in our intestinal tract, in our body. The problem is that we don't drink water with lots of minerals in it any longer. We don't eat sulfur-rich foods very often, and so most of us are depleted in sulfur. And some of the conditions that you'll notice when somebody has a deficiency in sulfur, a lot of times they'll have inflammatory issues. They say almost all autoimmune disorders are improved or enhanced by the addition of natural sulfur. They say that like hair loss and ridged nails are a sign that somebody may be deficient in sulfur. And so sulfur in the body basically helps with just about every cellular, issue. And so the sulfurzyme itself is something that Dr. Lawrence actually spoke at the Young Living Convention a number of years ago, and he actually started using our formulation in his clinic because we add the Ningxia wolfberry to it, and that actually has really helped with the absorption of sulfur. Another thing they suggest is taking sulfurzyme with Young Living has a Super C, which is a super micronized vitamin C that's highly effective. People who have in the past taken 10,000 units of vitamin C for a serious health challenge found they could only take 4,000 units of Young Living before they had a reaction that basically said they were taking too much. So the body used it so much more efficiently that they could use less than half what they had been using previously. And so vitamin C is one thing that really helps also with the absorption of sulfur in the body. So again, you want to be sure that you're taking supplements that your body can actually use, that your body can actually absorb. Otherwise, you're putting these supplements in and they're hanging around in the system and they're just getting flushed right out because the body can't utilize them, can't absorb them.
Now, that's some good heads-up information, and really provides just one little peek into Young Living with respect to the issue of inflammation. Has tried and true ways of dealing with it, some which are brand new. I'm really fascinated by that Copaiba, and naturally him talking about Gary walking through the Amazon, coming across these cultures. This is how he's discovered all these unique things, because he's visited these countries and he takes the time to learn what's indigenous to the area. And there's a mystique about the Amazon anyway, because we get this feeling there's a whole bunch of things to learn down there, but somebody's got to go there to find these things out. Sure enough, there's Gary down there doing the good work and bringing it back to us in a one-of-a-kind, huh? Copaiba oil. I'm looking forward to get my first attempt at that one. So that was the micro view. Now, on Thursdays, you come to my office and give our listeners an opportunity to get the macro view. If somebody was thinking about coming out on Thursday, talk to us about how they do that, what does it entails, and what do you really cover whenever you meet somebody attending one of your free seminars in my office?
Well, we love meeting your patients or people who are listening to your radio show, and so we encourage them to come this Thursday at 10 in the morning. We will share with them this, again, it's more of a general overview of what are essential oils, how do they work, what makes Young Living unique, why consider, even trying essential oils in the first place. And then we spend time with about 10 of the different oils, just passing them around, talking about how they can be used on an everyday basis to support the body, to encourage better health, and let people smell them, try them. It's really a fun gathering. We're always, enjoying one another's company and learning a lot. And those who have already become a member of Young Living will often come back just to, again, sort of increase their knowledge, because you can only absorb so much at one time. And they're, eager to, again, be reminded of how to use the 10 or 11 oils that they maybe have started out with and, are using kind of on a daily basis. So it's a great way for people to learn more about, again, essential oils in general and why they're becoming so popular. I just saw a show on the Today Show, basically, and Dr. Oz was there, and he was actually talking about the benefits of herbal remedies and how the Cleveland Clinic is actually using herbs and herbal. They're actually using more of an integrative approach now, but they're also using Young Living essential oils. And specifically Young Living because they trust the quality and they trust the consistency with our products. And they're one of many hospitals around the country that are using our oils. But this was actually on the show, which I thought was very cool. So this gives us a chance to talk about that a little bit more. For those who may already be familiar with essential oils, I also offer to stay longer if they would like to have what's called a Zyto scan. And the Zyto scan is actually a scan that uses basically a low-frequency energy. You put your hand on a hand cradle. It's using a galvanized skin response to basically send signals throughout the body to determine how is the body functioning. And it gives us a very general, because I'm not a doctor, I'm using the more general version of the Zyto called the compass, but it will actually say you have this many areas that are out of balance. And here's the products from Young Living that would bring these areas back into balance based on the testing of that person's own body. And so, again, it is fascinating. I know I did give you a scan in the past.
And it was very revealing. It hit my weakness areas head on. It was uncanny because we really didn't talk about anything. I just put my hand on that cradle, and then I'll let you roll. And point after point, it was really targeting my weakness areas with precision. And so I can vouch for this scan on how spot on it was. in just, I think it took like 20 or 30 minutes to do it.
And that's with discretion. So yes, it takes about 15 minutes to actually do the scans. But again, I'd like to talk with the person and really give them an idea as to why it might be suggesting these particular products and how they could, possibly use them. And again, just answer their questions. So it's really a kind of a consult also. Again, not being a medical personnel, just a woman who has been studying and learning and, using them myself. It's kind of just a person-to-person sharing in a way. But using a machine, using a program that really, really is very helpful in giving very specific recommendations that could really benefit someone.
So folks, you may be listening to us right now, and maybe you're a new listener, maybe you're an old listener, but you've been thinking, I would like to do something like that. I'd like to learn more about that. These free seminars we hold in our office are a great starting point. Very, very low key. There's no pressure involved. It's just an informational encounter where Susie's able to get you your first look and an appreciation for how you use these essential oils and which way you can take them, and then show you how you can purchase these things really in a very reasonable fashion as a member of Young Living. And however you decide to use that membership, whether it's just the casualness for your own self, a little more involved, maybe with entire members of the family, then some people just go head over heels and say, I got this one, I want this to be part of my life. And then those are also given an opportunity to take that enthusiasm and to show others. So Thursday morning is when you're going to be coming this Monday. If you think you'd like to be involved, folks, give us a call here in the office, 724-942-3002. So we have a little list of how many we have to reserve the seats for. And I have a little alcove in my office. Works out perfect, I think, Susie. You go back in that little corner, and then you're just in your own world there with whoever happens to come that particular week. I'm looking to walk in the door, as I usually do, to see who the guests will be this week. But please give us a call, 724-942-3002. And those of you who've been involved with these before, Susie, when's your next meeting for the entire group? You say you hold it at Settlers Ridge. Let our listeners know how they could take this to the next level if they've already done the first level.
Well, and even if they haven't and they want to just learn more, they're always welcome to come too. Let's say maybe they work during the day. They can't come on Thursday.
Oh, that's right.
Always welcome to come in the evening. So on Thursday evenings, we always meet. Actually, we've shifted our starting time to 6:30 because of the facility closing. And so from 6:30 to 7:30, we have, well, actually 6:30 to 8. We have, again, we always do a bit of an intro to Young Living. So if there's anybody new, they get a bit of a look. But then we'll talk about particular health topics for that day, and again, share our stories and our uses of the oils and what's happening for us. So it's 6:30 to 8 at the Market District in Settlers Ridge. We use their upstairs room above their specialty beer section. They have their little dining area, and then they have a little cafe room, and we're in that room. And first-time guests are free. All others, it's $5. And first-time guests also gets a little gift for coming. So, again, another blessing for coming in the month of February. So we'd love to see them.
Well, Susie, I thank you once again for coming on board today and sharing with us. That little message about inflammation I thought was just so timely and so appropriate. I always like one-of-a-kind anything, and I'm going to try the new oil coming out of Ecuador, of all places. And hopefully seeing you folks, if you get a mind to being here in the office with Susie on Thursday, 10 o'clock. Spend about an hour to an hour and a half with you, I noticed over there. And then also the big ones at Settlers Ridge, which is on Thursday night. What's with Thursday in, is it February you're going to be having your, yeah, obviously.
Every Thursday.
Every Thursday.
Pretty much year round. I mean, every once in a while there'll be an exception, but they could always call me to find out. But all 4 Thursdays in February, we will be there.
All right. There you have it. Susie, thanks so much for coming aboard this morning. I look forward to seeing you on Thursday here in the office. Have a great week. I'll see you then.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome. There you have it, folks. Susie Weiss. It's first week, first Monday, first Thursday, first around here. Always involved. Our first lady of essential oils, Susie Weiss, and she'll be in the office here on Thursday morning. Now, we're going to take a short break. When we come back, you may want to get a pencil and paper. I had told you earlier that we got some up-and-coming training sessions for microcurrent, FSM, frequency-specific microcurrent. We found out this weekend. You are chomping at the bit to get at this. I'm going to give you some dates on the first conferences to be held in Pittsburgh. For those who want to learn more, be right back in a moment. Get a pencil and paper and get ready to write. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back once again to AIM Impact on Your Health. Heard here in KHB 620 each and every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday from 8 to 9 o'clock. I'm Dr. Dennis Courtney with you today on a Monday morning version of the show, setting the pace and the kickoff, really, for the month of February. We turned the page this past weekend. It's now February 2, and of course, our first Monday guest just signed off with us and will be in our office on Thursday. Now, many of you do know that Shannon Ghostin was, and who is our go-to person when it comes to frequency-specific microcurrent. She is a leading authority on this subject, and if you didn't know for sure, you knew after you met this weekend this young lady talking about microcurrent that she is really a go-to authority. Now, we offered for those, it just was a spare of the moment thing where when Shannon was on one of my shows, she said, well, I'm coming to town, I'm working in your office on Friday, but I'd like to have the opportunity for those who have an interest in microcurrent to come to a free conference I'll hold on Saturday morning. And that's all that was said. Well, I think we got about 18 names of those who called. And then the doors opened and we just got flooded. We got so many people. We couldn't really fit another person in here. And for 3 hours, they were enthralled with their first exposure to microcurrent from a real expert, and Shannon is certainly all that. Now, we knew when we saw that kind of response that there were more demands from our listeners and those who want to take this from another level and are extremely interested in microcurrent. They're extremely interested in purchasing units that they'll be able to take care of their medical issues with. And in the room, there essentially were two kinds of people. One were actual patients alone who have problems, and family members of theirs have problems, that they just want to be able to use microcurrent to help correct what some, in most cases, have been uncorrectable medical issues for a long time. They saw where microcurrent absolutely can do that. and they are looking for the bit of direction for the next step. Well, let me tell you, folks, here comes the next step. Before Shannon and I left on Saturday, she made the big airline return on Sunday morning early, but we set a conference date in April. That's how far ahead we are with it. And we've said that on the weekend of the 10th, 11th, and 12th, that's Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, that's going to be the first opportunity to be involved with a conference, a training conference in how you use FSM, which is frequency-specific microcurrent. Now, the breakdown is going to be something like this, and the specific details I might not have yet, but I just couldn't contain myself. I sort of have to always let things out. I'm so ebullient, it's bubbling through me. It's got to come at you. And as I get more precise about this, I'll be sure to pass it on. But at least the weekend has been set, 10, 11, and 12. And how it'll work out is on the 10th, which is a Friday, this is going to be for those lay persons who have personal need to get their medical issues taken care of, as well as in their own families have the need to have their medical issues taken care of, and by using microcurrent as the means by which to do it. We're going to have a one-day training seminar for all laypersons, and that's going to be on the 10th of April. Now, on the 11th and 12th, there also was in my office the other day a group of people who are actually practitioners and are treating people right now through various approaches of natural medicine. And because these folks have a real need to be extremely sophisticated in the use of microcurrent, we're going to have a training session for them. It's going to be all day Saturday and half of the day Sunday in order to have, I guess we'll say, part one, because I see their training is really being ongoing. But the first one for all practitioners who thought they'd like to learn more about this. And if you weren't in attendance this past weekend, no matter, you can still call up and be a part of either of these two training sessions. Lay people on April 10th, and practitioners on 11 and 12. And there'll be one person up in front of that room. Well, we'll have some additional. I take that back. But the primary person doing that teaching as only she can. If you were in the group this past weekend, you are completely comfortable with this young lady and how well she understands this topic and how great, through her explanation, she can bring these difficult concepts into your wheelhouse and let you get completely comfortable with them too. She has that knack, folks, that teaching knack, and you benefited from this weekend. You will benefit from it when the formal training begins. So as it stands right now, that's April 10 for the lay people, 11 and 12 for the practitioners. Part one is going to take place within the next couple months. I'll have Shannon maybe give you a description of what should be found and what you can expect to have come out of that kind of training. And Shannon should be our guest. It's not 100%. She said we're going to go back, but I say the 16th of this month. You can put a little note on in your calendar that she'll be coming to the office on that day. I flipped the page a little bit. What else did I want to say that I know about? Oh, farm to table tasting and the Pittsburgh Common Market down in the Strip District. That's going to be on February the 8th, so that's literally a week away. It's on a Sunday, 4 to 7. I can tell you about that one. There's going to be, the Mind, Body, the Journey Conference at La Roche. We found out more about that when we saw Faith this past weekend. That's going to be on 13, 14, and 15. And now we know the Young Living Conference is going to be on the 14th at Embassy Suites. And, the March Eye Protocol, which is a little further away, but let you know, 23, 24, 25 of March. And those are all the things that I have on my calendar at this point. And I'll pass them on to you. There's Bill banging on the piano, but he only knows chopsticks, folks. That's why we hear them. And it's our signal on out here. Hope you enjoyed the show today. Always enjoy being with you, especially as we launch a new month. So look forward to seeing you on Wednesday with Dr. Baba Boom herself, Dr. Susan Smith-Jones. Until then, this is Dr. Dennis Courtney saying so long for AIM Impact on Your Health.